What's up, everybody? Jason from Straight Edge Lights and Gear. Hey, we're coming at you today with another review, and today it's going to be my first kind of official bag review. I did a few videos at SHOT Show talking about bags, but this is going to be my first in-depth kind of review of a bag, and today I figured why not start it off with the 0259 Mini Pocket Organizer from MAXPEDITION. Guys, this is something that, it's been trending now for a while in the EDC community, or a lot of the pocket organizers, the little pocket wallets that hold the flashlights and then the wallets and the keys and the whatever else it is that you got, right? So that's been a really big kind of thing in the industry, and it makes sense because a lot of us are carrying a lot of stuff in our pockets nowadays. It's our phones, our keys, our flashlights, our knives, our pry bars, our multi-tools, all that good stuff, right? And it's just floating around in our pockets. So why not have a way to organize that, fit this in your pocket or your backpack or your cargo pocket or whatever, right? And MAXPEDITION has this mini one, and don't let the mini name fool you. This thing is pretty spacious, right? So let me give you a quick look at this. I do have the MAXPEDITION American flag patch put on the front here, but looking at this straight off the get-go, you have this nice big kind of mesh pouch right here in the front that you can open up. You can drop a lot of stuff in here if you like. Maybe it's something that you need to quickly see or access fast. You have dual zippers, so you can zip it all the way down, or you can come back up and zip it all the way this way, or keep it in the middle. However it is that you like to, keep your zipper set up. You do have these paracord little lanyards on the zipper, so it makes it easy to grab and open very nicely. And one thing I like about the zippers on this is they're not very loud. Some zippers are like, you're like, whoa, So if you need it to be maybe a little bit more discreet, you kind of pull a little slow. It's not quite as loud. It's still there. There's always going to be noise with the zipper, I think, but it's still, but it's not as loud as it could be. You do have this nice little carrying handle here, so you could actually use a carabiner, clip this to your bag, or it makes a nice, if it is shoved down in your pocket, this handle sticks out a little bit, you can easily grab it, yank this out, and use it. You can use this for a multitude of situations. This could be a mini tool kit, it could be a mini med kit, it could be a mini tech kit, like you carry all your, like me as a YouTube reviewer, I have microphones and backup batteries and things like that. I could carry all that stuff in here. And you know what? That's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show off I have a lot of stuff here on the table, as you can see. There's even stuff you can't see. We're going to turn this into a multitude of different kits. We're going to go from a fire starter kit to a tech kit to an EDC kit. We're just going to show you like the amount of things that you can put in here if you needed to. So I got away from the description here, guys. We also have like a key / lanyard that's sewn in here, and it has this nice plastic like clip, so you could clip your keys or maybe an EDC light or anything. I guess anything that you could clip to, right? That's why I want to kind of put all this stuff together, so we can kind of show the different things we can do. You do have two on both sides of the pouch. You do have a nice large size pocket here that you can stuff down into on both sides, so you can see that. You have on this side, on the front of that pouch, you have two elastic spaces here, so you can see I can get my two fingers in there, and then you have four smaller ones on the front of that. When you go to the other side, you have one large elastic space, and then you have three smaller ones in the front. So that gives you kind of options, right? And then you also have this little tab up here, so if you needed to, you could attach another paracord to that, maybe make another little lanyard, or kind of secure something into here that you might need to secure in there. And then on the back, you have your traditional molly loops to be able to attach this to bags or packs, whatever it is that you maybe you're going to put this on a battle belt or a tack vest if you're in the military or law enforcement or something like that. So it gives you different ways to mount this to different options, right? Which is very nice. And it's just overall, it feels like a very secure, sturdy bag. And one of the reasons why I'm happy to be reviewing this is I was actually looking for something similar to this to make maybe a new small med kit, because basically I have this one here. This is kind of like an IFAK kit. Now it's pretty big and bulky, but what really disappointed me about this was not necessarily the stuff that's in it, but the cheapness of the bag that came with it. Like this snap broke off of this molly strap fairly quickly. Like within a month of me owning this thing, I went to take this off to mount it to a battle belt, and it just broke off. And I'm like, oh, crap, now this thing's done. And so what I would recommend is, if you're going to be building out a med pouch or something like that, spend the extra money to buy something quality, like from MAXPEDITION, or, you know what I mean? MAXPEDITION has been around for a long time. They have a reputation of having tough, durable, quality materials. A lot of double stitching on here. A lot of, you know, this thing is probably going to hold up for a damn long time. It's got nice materials. Everything feels, the material feels thicker and nicer than like what this is made out of. I don't even know what this is made out of, but I'm not even sure who made this pouch. There's not even really a name on it, you know? So if you're not willing to put your name on it, how are you going to back it up, right? MAXPEDITION's name's on this, and they're going to back it up. They're based right out of California, so you're definitely going to have some better customer service as well if you do have an issue. But I mean, unless you're really going through some really bad stuff, this thing's going to hold up. But let's get to reviewing this, right? Let's build this med kit out. So what I had in this thing was, there was a tourniquet in here, right? And then if I zip this open, let's open this up. It has some MRE, no, not MRE. It's an emergency dressing, trauma dressing, right? Then we have, looks like gloves. There's some latex gloves here. And this is a twin pack chest seal. Okay, so not bad. Let's see. This came from North America Rescue. Like I said, I don't necessarily doubt the quality of the materials that were in it. I just doubt the quality of the bag. So, sorry, North America, but you know what? You should have put your stuff maybe in a MAXPEDITION. So, some of these items are fairly large, right? You have this cat tourniquet, these chest seals, and this dressing. I mean, that's kind of thick, right? Let's see if we can fit this stuff in here. So, I'm going to put the chest seal dressing behind this pouch. Got the little corner. Stick this down in here. You got these little flaps like this, right, that you got to kind of tuck in there. Now again, I want you guys to keep in mind that this is a mini pocket organ. This isn't the big one. They make bigger ones than this. So keep that in mind. When I'm sticking some pretty big stuff in here, right? Look at that. Tucks down in there nice and tight. Looking good. We're going to take these chest seals and we're going to stick those behind the other one. Fold this down like so. You guys can see that. So that's nice and fold it down. So now we have chest seals. Now, this is sticking up a little bit right here, but I mean, that's something that will easily, because it was been packed away in this other thing, it's just, once that's sitting in there for a while, it's going to stay like that, right? Because it's kind of like a foil sealed pouch. So we got that big dressing, the chest seals in here. Now what about the tourniquet? Can we fit the tourniquet in here? I'm going to utilize this large elastic piece right here. I'm going to come in, stick this right in the bottom. So the tourniquet may not quite fit because it's kind of bulbous right here. But let's see if we can make it fit. And now there are smaller tourniquets on the market too, so keep that in mind. Like this thing was designed to fit into this big old pouch, right? So let's see if I got that right there. This is just those 3 big items that were in there. Let's put this down. Put that down right there. I think this is going to work, guys. I just got to kind of push some of the stuff down a little bit. There we go. Now this is a tight fit, but you got, again, remember that this is 3 fairly large items, right? Not necessarily. There we go. Nice pull tab right here. Not only that, but we're also going to be testing out the strength of these zippers. All right. So getting it in there. Just got to get that one little. Got caught on something there. So, was I able to get these giant pieces in here? Yeah, I was. Pretty successfully. There we go. Look at that. So, I got a giant dressing bandage in here, a large cat tourniquet, and 2 chest seals shoved in this little bag. So that's essentially what was in here, right? Those were the only items that were in here. I was able to take this large pouch that didn't hold up and pack all that stuff in here. The only thing I need to do is put some latex gloves right here. I don't really like how they bundle these up, but I would take some normal latex gloves and just kind of stuff them down here in this front pouch. And then that way you have your gloves. So now you have a little mini IFAK, emergency IFAK kit right here in the mini pocket organizer that went from this giant pouch to this little one, right? This one's a lot bigger footprint. This is a bigger footprint than this one. So there you go. You're able to do that, right? Make a nice little IFAK kit. Let's open this up. So you have to open it up. Damn, it's open. You can yank your tourniquet out real fast and then apply it, do what you got to do, right? So let's take that out. Let's take out this. You know what? Let's leave let's do that. Yeah, let's leave that in there. We're going to leave the chest. We're going to leave these 2 dressings here. We just took out the cat tourniquet. Now, let's say you want to change up your kit a little bit, right? So we have actual suture kit right here. Nice little thin suture kit. We could slide that in with the chest seals if you need to. We have some steri strips. A lot of us play with knives, right? So we might accidentally cut ourselves. You know, I've done it. I'm sure a lot of us have. We could slide some steri strips down in there. Dermabond. This stuff is basically like super glue, but medical grade. So we could actually take this Dermabond pin, stick it right in here. We might cut ourselves twice. So we're going to take another Dermabond pin, stick it right up in here. And then, of course, we're going to need some little triple antibiotics, right? So we got some triple antibiotics right here. Antiseptic moist towelette, if you will. We got some knuckle band-aids. Do this other towelette there. Yeah, there we go. So now we got some band-aids. We got some towelettes. We could stick these down in the front here of this other pouch. So we got that. We got band-aids still. We got to put, right, where are we going to put the band-aids? We could just put the band-aids right behind this big pouch right here if we wanted to. And then we could also load it out. Well, actually, we could probably even load it out with even more band-aids if we wanted to. But there you go. You have basically a suture kit, 2 Dermabond pins, 2 chest seals, this big old trauma bandage, some band-aids, some antiseptic wipes, things like that. Let's close it up, see what we can do. These Dermabond packages have just a little bit of kind of extra play right here. So you got to kind of tuck those in a little bit. Make sure it's sealed up. There you go. Now you basically have yourself a nice emergency cut kit, if you will, rolled up into this package right here. And you could, again, stick this down on your belt, put it in your backpack, whatever it is you need to do, you're going to be good to go. So, I mean, that's quite a lot of, I mean, these are some large items, guys. These Dermabond pins aren't the smallest things in the world. I was able to get 2 of those. Theoretically, I could probably even get 3 in here if I probably slide one right up underneath here, right in the middle, so it rests like this. And we could put 3 in there. It'd be a little bit of a tight fit, but that's okay. This is a mini pocket organizer. Now remember that. All this stuff that I'm putting in here, you know, you got to remember, this is a mini. Maybe you don't need this giant, look how thick that thing is. Maybe you don't need this in your emergency kit. Take that out. You could fill this whole back pocket with as many Band-Aids and antiseptic wipes as you could possibly fit. Throw 2 more Dermabond pens in here, you know, and you're still going to have a thin package that zips up, you know. Zip this up real quick. Just so there you go. Now you got 3 Dermabond pens. I'm telling you, if I had a 4th, I'd put it in there. You can make yourself a really good cut kit, if you will, if you needed to. So very awesome that you're able to fit so much into such a small package. And there are bigger versions of these pocket organizers from MAXPEDITION. So you could really build yourself out a super med kit out of maybe one of the larger ones. But for the size of this is pretty good for like EDC, all, you know, everyday carry. You can build yourself a nice med kit, have it in your backpack, attach it to the side of your backpack everywhere you go, maybe your fanny pack or sling bag. You know, a lot of guys are carrying sling bags around now, so definitely upgrade your kit, right? So let's say you want to make a fire kit for camping. So we have a few different things here that we can use. One thing that I will jump in on here is I feel like whatever kind of kit you build, you should always have a flashlight in it. So because it gets dark, right? You need to be able to see. Flashlights on our phones aren't the greatest. They don't always, I mean, they always kind of work as long as you have a battery, right? It's just like any light. But you want to have something that's maybe a little brighter, a little better. There are little options, like you have this Olight. What is this? The i3E EOS. Look at this little tiny guy right here. Pretty bright. It's going to do a really good job of illuminating your pouch and stuff like that. It's got a little ring right here on the end. We can easily just clip this right here to this little ring, to this little clip, and now you're always going to be rocking a light. You're not going to lose it, right? So you open this up, it's at night, you just twist the knob. Okay, I can see what I'm doing, ready to rock and roll. And there are other lights that we can attach to this. I will show that. But we need to build a fire starter kit, right? So this is just a bunch of kind of stuff that I use for starting fires. I have a big Bear Grylls, Gerber, I think it's Gerber makes this thing, like fire starter. You know, it's got the rod. You could come in here and throw your sparks off, you know what I mean? Put that back together real quick. It's got some little information here on it for making sense. Here's another kind of fire starter that I got that came with a knife that I had. It's got some paracord on it. I haven't really used this one yet, but there it is. It just pops open again. You got your little striker right here, but it's a little bit smaller, so you have options, right? Got a Zippo lighter here with the butane kind of insert. And then in here, I have a bunch of different kind of fire starting material. So this is sissu rope that when you grind it all up, you know, make it real fine, this stuff catches on fire. This gets making a mess with it. Makes a real good fire, right? This is some of that Blackbeard fire starter type rope stuff, right? So you could take some of this stuff, shove it in a bag like so, just so it's not bouncing around everywhere. Zip this up, squeeze all the air out of it, roll this up. I'm sure you could probably roll this up neater and tighter than what I did. We're going to shove this in the back of one of these pouches. Now you have dry, it's in a Ziploc bag, you have dry fire tinder material, right? That's important to have. You have this large fire starter. It's got a little emergency whistle, right? Take this, we could stick it behind this pouch right here. As you can see, we could take our Zippo and we can either throw it in the front pouch or we could slide it behind this second one. So that Zippo fits perfectly right here. Take this fire starter because you might need an extra one. You never know. You lose one. What is that old saying? 1 is none, 2 is 1, and 3 is better. I don't know. I don't remember the exact saying, but you could take this. And actually, this has its own paracord, so you could actually hook it to this little loop right here on the back of this pouch, right? So if you wanted to, just to make sure you didn't lose it. But for now, we're just going to stick it right here. And so now you have 3 different ways to start a fire. You have some fire tinder, you got a flashlight, and what else can we put in here? Well, let's just say, let's take, for instance, maybe your cigar smoker, right? So you got multiple ways to start a fire. You got your flashlight. This is a punch, right, for punching holes in cigars in the back. So let's say you want to use this. Keep this. You could attach this ring right here along with your flashlight. So now you always have your punch and your bottle opener. You know, drinking your cervezas, and then you have your cigar cutter. So we could actually slide that behind here, like so. Or I would actually probably just drop it in the pouch behind, like that. So now you have a fire starter cigar kit extraordinaire. You're ready to go. Zip it up. Go out and do what you need to do. Throw it in your pocket and you're good to go, right? So there you go. We can make a fire starting kit / cigar kit if you want. Take that out. We'll take the fire starters out. The lighter. The lighter is actually always good to have on you anyway, just in general. It doesn't even have to be for a fire starter kit. So we'll actually keep this to the side along with this pin because we're going to use that. One of the ways I wanted to show that you can attach this bag to things as well is you have these MOLLE straps right here, right? So one of the things you could do is you could take these Blade Tech MOLLE clips. You can slide this right underneath. I got some screws on here too. This came off an actual knife that I had. So now it's like this, right? Take the other one. I really like these Blade Tech ones just because they're pretty easy to use and they're solid, you know, so you don't have to really worry about them breaking. So you got these two right here like this, right? Now you take your MOLLE. This is a MOLLE panel. Just kind of take your little bars here, feed them underneath. You can feed them under one, feed them under two. You know, typically I would say if you're going to feed MOLLE, you want to go at least two, right? Just to make sure you're definitely locked on. But you may have a panel that only has one. So you got two on there. What's nice is these little pieces will clip right into here. Locked on. That one locked. Let's get that one. There we go. Now it's locked on. It's not going to come off. So that's one way you can mount your MOLLE. You can see there. And then you just pull down on these, push up on these little clips, and they unlock. And then, bam, you take it out and move it to the next bag. Very easy to use. If you're going to hook this to MOLLE, I would suggest picking some of these up. Another option you have are these more flexible ones. These are from a company called MagForce. They're a little bit more flexible. They're okay. I like them, but I think at the end of the day, when it comes time to connect these in here, I'm not going to do it because it takes me a minute. That's how kind of difficult it kind of can be. I'd rather just use the Blade Tech ones. But the whole reason for that was to show you guys a way you could attach this. Or what you can do is, if you do use these, once they're on here, these actually kind of work as belt loops as well. So then you can actually just run this through your belt if you needed to on your hip, if you didn't want to put it in your pocket. So anyway, that's how that works anyway. Oh, so let's say you're, you know, just an admin type of guy or something. You need to carry a notebook around. This is a little kind of hardbound book, right? So you take this, keep it for your notes. Now there's smaller notepad books out there. I just don't happen to have one right now. So I decided to try it with this one, and I may have bit off more than I could chew with this one. Yeah, I think I did. So I can't fit this into the back pouch. It's just a little too big, but it will sit nicely under the elastic. So kind of take the elastic here, push it up. There you go. Sit nicely in there. Close it up. Oh, we've got to add our pin, right? So we got our nice Phoenix tactical pin. We could slide this right down here. So that's locked in. Let's throw our lighter in here because you never know. You might need it. let's add our Clip-X pliers, right? So we got these nice, cool little Clip-X pliers. We might need those. This is, like I said, like our little EDC kind of kit, right? So, bam. So you got that. You got your flashlight. You got your lighter. You got your Clip-X. You got your notepad. Oh, what else can we put in here? Well, you're going to have your... Let's push the limit here, guys. We got this Gerber multi-tool, right? It's got the whole pliers and everything. Check that out. Nice and big. Let's take the lighter. No, actually, let's leave the lighter there. We're going to put the multi-tool behind. That's going to fit right there. So we got the multi-tool there. Now we need to add our security bit, our little screwdriver bits, right? So we're going to take the screwdriver bits, put them on this side. What else can we put in here? Let's see. I think that's pretty good. We already got a flashlight. We got a pen. We got pliers. We got a multi-tool. We got a lighter. We got bits. We got a notebook. And yeah, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good loadout. So let's close this up. Got these little strings from this notebook. Now, again, I would suggest maybe buying a slightly smaller notebook. They do make those nice kind of flexible ones, but bam. You got all of that in this little pouch. A lighter, a multi-tool, screwdriver bits, a notebook, a pen, a light. What else did we put in here? I already forgot. The Clip-X, Snip-X pliers, you know, so it's pretty cool. And there's still probably room back here to put a little bit of Band-Aids. You know, you should probably always carry some Band-Aids on you, right? So cool, you could throw that in there. Let's say you do want to make this your ultimate kind of toolkit, right? So let's take the lighter out. We're going to add this Gerber, I can't even remember what this is. It's kind of like a little bit of a multi-tool as well. It's got some scissors, a knife. You got a little bit of a pry bar, a file. So you got this cool little Gerber tool. We're going to slide this in here. We're going to say, you know what? We might need, we have the multi-tool, but we might need this. We got this Milwaukee box cutter, right? Fastback, I think it's called. It's also got another screwdriver. So you might need multiple screwdrivers. So we're going to slide this in the back here. Clip that on. Yeah, we're going to clip it on right here. Utilizing the pocket clip, we're going to slide this down. So we've got this Milwaukee Fastback tucked in there. We might just need a regular, oh, you know what? We might need, that might be a little too big. This actually we could attach to the back if we want to. We might need a little bit more powerful flashlight, right? So we're going to go with this Phoenix PD25. We're going to slide this bad boy right next to the Fastback there. I think that's what that's called, the Fastback. Bam, bam. We got that and that. And cool. Yeah, so we got a cool little tool set up here, right? So we got a Milwaukee Fastback. We got a flashlight. We got bits. We got a Gerber multi-tool, the Clip-X pliers, a pen. We got another big multi-tool and a smaller flashlight, all tucked away into this pouch. Let's zip it up and see if it fits, right? So we're going to close this up. Look at that. Guys, this thing can hold a lot of stuff. So I'm just kind of giving you guys some options here. I'm sure you could probably load this thing out better than I can. Let's take that Gerber out. We're going to leave the Gerber multi-tool in. We're going to take out the box cutter. We're going to take out the flashlight. We're going to leave the bits in. No, we took the multi-tool out, so we don't need the bits. We're going to make, so we got a couple of little tool options here. And we're going to make this now into the tech bag. So this is a bag that I use to carry around my microphones for my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera that I'm filming on. So I keep two microphones in here. I have one on. I have one right here in the pouch still. Let's take this out. I carry the little rat tails, or I don't know what they call, little cat balls that you use for when it's windy. So we got 2 of those in here. And then I also have a bunch of USB cords, right? A lot of the cords that came with all my camera stuff, I keep them all in here. Just in case I need them, I got to recharge, right? So what we're going to do is, this is an Anchor rechargeable pack. This actually clips onto the back of my phone. It magnetic charges, but it has USB-C out, so I can actually trickle charge my microphones. So we're going to take this and we're going to stick it behind this pouch. We're going to take the DJI mic. We're going to clip it right here onto this piece. And we're going to take the cords. Got multiple cords here. We're going to put these in the pouch behind over here. I probably don't need as many cords, but you know, we're going to shove them in here anyway, right? Let's take this flashlight. Sorry if you guys couldn't see that. We're going to shove this down in here. Shove this down in here. We're just kind of shoving cords everywhere. So shove this one down in here. This one's a little bit smaller. I should put this one down here. There we go. And this is my long one right here. So we'll take that and we'll stick it right over here with the charger. So now, well, we got the backup charger. What do we need? A couple of backup AA batteries. I have these rechargeable AA batteries from Coast Lights, right? So I haven't even had a chance to play with these things yet, but we got 2 lithium-ion rechargeable batteries that will actually work in your older electronics. So if I needed to, probably guess I could keep these in the box, or I could maybe shove them right here just in case I needed 2 extra batteries. Put those right there. Oh, can't forget the little fuzzy guys, right? So we're going to take the little fuzzy guys and we're going to stick those down here with the cords. Oh, actually I take that back. Let's do this. I'm going to take the fuzzy guys and stick them in this front pouch. And actually what would probably be a good idea too, now that I think about it, is if I take the backup battery and I stick it in the front pouch here, it gives me easy access to running a cord out. Put this down in here. I could put a USB cord in here, run it, so I can actually carry this and charge my phone at the same time. Then I could take the microphone, stick it down in the back of the pouch. That way it protects it from the multi-tools I have here, which theoretically, if I was going to carry this as a tech bag with all my batteries and stuff like that, I probably wouldn't even have the multi-tools in there. But I could put those right there. So now I got a couple of batteries. I got cables. I got multi-tools. I have more cables. I have a backup battery and a microphone all shoved in here. And this could probably be packed a little better. But for the sake of time, we are going to just roll with it, right? A little bulky right here with what I got in here. But it's okay. If you're in a hurry, you might need to just zip it up and roll. So look, there you go. You got a whole bunch of tech packed in here. Got a battery, backup battery on here. I could literally just take my phone, clip it onto here, or run the cord out to it. So charge my phone or batteries or microphones or whatever. So very cool. You can kind of fit quite a bit of stuff in here. I'm really impressed with this thing, guys. So take those batteries out. Let's take this. Let's leave that multi-tool. We're going to leave that multi-tool in here. We're going to take out the socks, the microphone, take out the cable, that cable. We're going to get these other cables out. There's another cable. Take this backup battery out. I almost want to say it's quite a possibility that you could probably put too much stuff in here. Oh, I left the cigar cutter in there too. So not only did we have all that tech stuff, but we had a cigar cutter in there as well. So there you go. Get these pliers back in here. This little Clip-Ix. Got the pen. All right. So we might need, what if you need a blade, something a little bit bigger? So this is the TKL Knives Raider. This is like a 3-inch blade. Pretty decent sized knife, right? You could easily take this clip off and slide this knife right down here in the front, kind of at an angle. It'd fit just maybe. Oh, no, sorry. It wouldn't fit. A little too big. Even with the clip off, it would be a little too big. But what isn't too big is this Tops Nice FMS, little Frog Market Special. So you got this cool little guy right here. So if you need it, something a little bit more substantial than maybe the blade that comes on your multi-tool or whatever, you can take this little guy, slip him in the back pocket right here. Then we're going to take, you know what, we need a couple of extra flashlights. So we got this Workos light. We're going to slide this in the back pouch right here, utilizing the belt clip to secure it. Should probably lock that out so it doesn't actually turn on. That's one thing you should always do, is if your flashlight has a lockout mode, definitely want to use that, because oftentimes I had this thing turn on in my fanny pack, and yeah, it got pretty hot. So we got that Workos light here. We have this Coast little tiny guy right here, right? So we're gonna take this guy, turn it off. I don't think this one actually has a lockout though. We're gonna slide him in to this other little mini pouch. And after this, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. I just wanted to kind of, again, show you guys all the different versatile ways that you could utilize this pack. And this is really only limited to, one, your imagination, and possibly just the size of the stuff that you're putting in there. So we got that little Frog Market blade in there. So now we have this Jack Wolf Knives Benny. We're going to slide this guy right here. And we got room in the back pouch. Let's throw another, we have this Civivi bigger boy. We could toss this guy in this back pouch. Why not throw this Kaiser Camarant Serapa back there? So now we got 1, 2, 3, 4 knives, a multi-tool, 2 actually 3 flashlights, a pen, a pair of Clip-X pliers, all in this little pouch. So what are you going to do with all that? I don't know, but you have the option of having it in this little multi-pouch. So let's close this up real quick. I am jam-packing this thing, guys. Look at that, all in there. So, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Oh, I would say you should always throw some paracord in there too. So here's a roll of paracord. I would probably just roll this up, maybe put a little zip tie on it, shove it down here in the front of this pouch right here. It's always good to have paracord, right? A little bit of a tight fit just because I have this thing so jam-packed, but there we go. Got some paracord on there. Put our American patch back on there. Bam, we got paracord, we got knives, we got zippers, we got flashlights, we got everything we need all up in this package right here for a mini pocket organizer. Guys, again, your imagination and possibly the size of some of the tools you're trying to put in here are only going to be your limitations on this thing. You can jam pack quite a bit of stuff in here. You could set this up with a couple of flashlights, a multi-tool, some first aid supplies. You could do a lot of different things. Oh, one of the things I was going to show you guys. So this is my TKL Knives kind of Pride screwdriver. This thing is pretty big. Like, it's not going to fit in this pack specifically, but it does have this really good clip on the back. So if I wanted to, I could always come in, open that up, run down, clip this to the back of the bag. Now I also have that able to attach to the back of the bag, shove it in my backpack or whatever it is. So the amount of stuff that you could put in here is pretty amazing. Again, it's kind of only just limited to whatever it is that you want to do with it. So having said that, guys, would I recommend this bag? If you haven't figured out my answer by now, well, I'll tell you. Yeah, I would. I would highly recommend picking up one of these mini pocket organizers. It's going to serve you well in multiple situations, just depending on whatever it is that however it is you're trying to set this thing up for. You know what I mean? Again, the ability to clip a light to this thing, I would always clip a light to it, but that was a little tiny guy. But let's say you have this coast light. Again, it's got a little, bam, rock and roll, and you got a nice little light on here all the time. The ability to put a light on here, keep a light on you, a lighter, all sorts of different multi-tools. Sorry, this thing's stuck on, not stuck on here, but you know how it is when you put a clip on Molly, you got to kind of work it out, especially this clip because it has a hook on the back that is good at snagging stuff. There we go. So it doesn't just come off, right? You can see that, how it kind of hooks there. See that? Anyway, wanted to get that off so I could show you this in full glory. Anyway, there you go, guys. The MAXPEDITION Mini Pocket Organizer. It's a little powerhouse, man. This thing, I was able to put quite a bit of stuff in here. Pretty amazing. And you, like I said, able to attach this to a bag, throw it in a cargo pocket, you know, things like that. I would say, like, if you really jam-pack this thing, like where I had it bulging, is it necessarily going to fit in your front pocket? Probably not, but I mean, that's jam-packed, right? Are you going to really be jam-packing it all the time? Maybe, maybe not. So that is something to consider. But quality-wise, material-wise, as much as I kind of shoved in here, the zippers didn't bust or anything like that. So I think this thing is going to hold up very well. It's going to be very versatile. I think this is going to be probably one of my new little med kits that I carry with me, especially when I'm doing my YouTube knife reviews, you know, in case I accidentally cut myself on accident. But it's going to go in my backpack. It's going to go in my fanny pack. You know, this thing's going to work out pretty well for however I need to set it up. And it's pretty easy to switch stuff in and out. Guys, check out the links below. I have a link to MAXPEDITION's website for this bag. I also have a link to the Amazon if you want to purchase one of these. And go check them out and pick yourself up one. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Multiple colors available too as well. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Stay safe, stay bright, and carry on.